My name is Darian Abshire, and I'm going to be discussing herd characteristics and management practices associated with tank milk quality in Brazil. The process of milk production has evolved from a labor-intensive hand milking process to a robotic process that requires very little human interaction. Early milking efforts consisted of hand milking with cows tied to a post in one spot, while they're milked twice a day by hand. In the early 20th century, this process evolved into a vacuum bucket milking system. This was very similar to hand milking in that it involved a milking device attached to the cow, but this device was different because it allowed the cow to move around during milking. Additional developments in the milking process moved it to an automated, user-friendly assembly line of sorts. The most recent development is called herringbone process. This process milks one row of cows at a time and capitalizes efficiency. This process is known for its easy maintenance and improved safety for both the animals and the people. Milk products vary greatly and cater to public needs and wants. I've brought with me several varieties of milk to demonstrate this variation. With me I have whole milk that's pasteurized. This product can also be purchased as 2% milk and fat-free, which is skim milk. I also have almond milk and coconut milk. The last two types of milk often are used by consumers with dairy allergies. These products can be purchased anywhere that sells milk products, Kroger, Food Lion. There's a great deal of variation in the platform of dairy production worldwide. The production of milk is directly connected to the quality of the final product. Without appropriate equipment, processes, and herd management, the final product could contain an unhealthy amount of bacteria. Developing countries represent a major concern for the dairy industry. Brazil is the 7th highest milk producing country. For the purpose of this study, the Brazil region of Minas Gerais state milk production will be studied. This region produces approximately 4.5% of milk nationwide for Brazil. Over an 8-week study period, 504 bulk tank raw milk samples were collected from the herd. The following elements were evaluated: total bacteria count, pre-incubation bacteria count, pasteurized bacteria count, coliform count, and somatic cell count. A connection was identified between the following variables and results, as you can see in graph 2. This graph shows all elements that were studied and whether they have a significant association to any of the studied variables. Any findings with a value of less than 0.2 is considered a significant finding. You can see the significance with cleaning of milking equipment by a value of 0.101 for pasteurized bacteria count and 0.150 for coliform count. The variable of calves suckling prior to milking and udder hair being trimmed did not reveal any significance as shown in the values. Gloves being worn during milking shows a value of 0.039 for total bacteria count and 0.155 for pre-incubation bacteria count. Strip cup testing prior to milking did show a significant finding of 0.111 for pasteurized bacteria count. Teat washing shows a significant finding of 0.075 for total bacteria count and 0.165 for coliform count. Using a disposable paper towel for teat drying did not reveal any significance, while a post-milking teat cleaning revealed 0.084 for total bacteria count and 0.023 for somatic cell count. The most significant findings were demonstrated with the application of an alkaline and acid wash protocol. These results were 0.053 for pre-incubation bacteria count and 0.005 for pasteurized bacteria count, respectively. These findings were further analyzed using regression analysis. Herd characteristics nor management were found to have significant findings for total bacteria count, pre-incubation count, and coliform count. However, alkaline and acid washing processes were found to have higher significance. This study identified management practices that are associated with milk quality indicators in Brazil's southwest region. While this region utilizes similar practices to those around the country, an association was made between the equipment used and counts of particular bacteria. This study also demonstrated an association to the deficient cleaning of milking equipment, mainly due to inappropriate water temperatures during the detergent phase of the cleaning process. We also identified that poorly designed milking equipment may compromise turbulence of water detergent solutions within the system, which can lead to organic matter buildup in the system and ultimately cause TBC levels to increase. This study will enable Brazil's dairy farms to utilize the appropriate milking equipment in the collection of raw milk. It will also give the information necessary to ensure they are employing appropriate cleaning processes in their milk production. Future research is required to better understand the role of herd management plays in milk production. While this study did not reveal a significant correlation to bacteria levels and herd management, there are many variables in herd management that warrant further exploration. Management of the herd typically divides the animals into groups based on age, nutritional needs, reproductive status, and milk production. This study did not dive into any of these categories, which could be considered a limitation of the study. Retrospectively, in assessing this study, efforts were made to limit bias and ensure consistent findings. Interviews were carried out by one person in an effort to eliminate bias and ensure consistency in interview technique. From a total of 498 herds, 63 were randomly selected for the study. Samples were collected once a week by one milk driver who was trained in aseptic sampling procedures. With all of this in mind, this study provides reliable, easy-to-use information. It would have been a more valuable study with more in-depth involvement of herd management in the study and inclusion of other countries' dairy farms. Thank you for your time.